Yeah, sit there for a second. Bring your mic closer to you. But like, yeah, it's fine if it's in frame, I guess. Good. Saintie's part of this.
Is she?
Yeah, Jasmine just put Saint in.
Okay, I'm gonna hit record.
Okay. Alrighty. Welcome back, everyone. As you're watching us get set up here.
Right. It's been a process every time.
Yes, we do need to show the process every time. It's different every time. Welcome back to La Flame. A quick, you can see our sneakers now.
Boom. I went Air Max again, two times.
Now 12s again, 2 for 2. Yeah, you're out. There's a lot of Supreme going on here.
It's just Supreme here.
Yeah, but our chairs are Supreme.
Oh, too. Yeah.
Are you a Supreme spokesperson? Is that why we have so much Supreme here? This is not part of the conversation, but
I was a Supreme fan for sure.
Mm-hmm.
From like 2000 till now, you know, I'll still support.
Are you less of a Supreme fan now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotten a little mainstream for me.
Very.
Yeah.
Are we gonna save the Supreme talk for another day?
We can do that. It's a depressing conversation.
Okay.
But I do think this season is fire. It's just too available. It's okay though.
That said, everyone can see our shoes. That makes me happy. These aren't crease. This is only my second time wearing these 12s.
Crease as hell.
No, they aren't.
No, mine.
No. You don't see a single crease. Yeah, no, these are my second time wearing them. That's why they're so clean and white still.
Wow.
So I'm just really proud of them.
How long have you had them?
Since the first time I wore them was for a photo shoot in 2019. I've had them for 4 years. It's only my second time wearing them.
You're one of those. See, I wear my shit.
Yes, I mean they're white.
I feel you.
If I'm walking around the city, anyways.
Yeah.
So, today's conversation, our first topic is ghostwriters. Let's start with that. So, you saw the video from Barstool that I was telling you about. That I cut into our promo.
Yeah.
And I thought the video was hysterical. I enjoyed it. I wasn't mad at it.
I just felt like this can't be the same rapper I've been listening to since what year did he come out? Since like Jimmy got shot on Degrassi. Like this can't be that guy.
Why can't it be that guy?
I don't know. I got a little corny vibes from him, and I get it. Like,
I think everyone always gets corny vibes from Drake.
I know. I don't really watch his interviews for that reason. It kind of turns me off from his music a little bit. Mm-hmm. But what did he say? What was the question?
Bet on fatherhood is how you texted me.
What was the question though that he answered?
Because they asked him about his love of gambling, which is an entirely different discussion about Drake and his gambling problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
You think so?
Do you see how much and how often Drake gambles?
He has fuck you money.
He'll gamble on anything, but that was the question. So what is the question was something like, what is one thing you can always bet on?
And here I am like, all right, he's probably not going to be cliche and say, so many things went through my head before he answered the question.
And he said bet on fatherhood.
Yeah. I'm like, is he going to say bet on yourself? Because I might have said that. Mm-hmm. How would you answer that question?
I think they ended up wrapping around to betting on yourself.
Because that's like the answer. Right? Like that's the correct way to answer that question.
Is there a correct way to answer? I think
I'm just saying.
That's part of the fun of asking.
How would you answer that question?
What is something you can always bet on? I don't know. I don't bet for this reason.
I don't bet either.
I know, but
I don't play the lotto. I like
sometimes the lottery's fun.
See? So you're betting on numbers.
I guess I'm betting on myself, right? My luck.
Yeah, but how else would anybody answer that question? I don't know if he meant it in like a athletic sport kind of way, like who can you always bet on? Like the Lakers. Tom Brady. Oh, well.
You can't bet on Tom Brady.
You know, but
that's true. I mean, I guess you can always bet on yourself.
yeah, it's the only thing.
I'll
you
try
should
to
bet
think
on.
of a better answer to that.
Okay.
But
He said bet on fatherhood.
he said bet on fatherhood
Multiple times. Like, he had a chance to correct himself, and he kept saying it.
Yeah.
And
Which
so,
is also kind of strange because he gives the vibe that he probably like tried to convince her to not have a kid.
oh, we already know that.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't want that kid.
So it's
Especially with her. No disrespect to her.
so it's even stranger kind of that
Yeah.
he was like, oh, bet on fatherhood.
yeah,
You kind of didn't want to be a dad with that woman.
no,
So, but
absolutely.
you want to bet on fatherhood?
He wanted to be married. He wanted to be married.
When you buy like 40 engagement rings, yeah. But you did want to be married.
Well, he said that wasn't supposed to be so literal. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, damn, you just took away the joy out of that whole thing for me.
Are you sure it was? I feel like that's kind of like a saving face thing. Like Drake seems like the kind of person that would buy 40 engagement rings.
Yeah, I know. Or think about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Buying 40 engagement rings.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it didn't shock me at all.
Right, me either. I was like,
I was like, that's fucking genius, actually.
that's.
Like, I thought it was so dope that he did that. Like, to get the chain made like that, I thought that was amazing.
We're gonna pretend like that's still a thing, except for the fact that now you believe the ghostwriter claims. So.
Well, okay. It's not that I didn't believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Quentin Miller came out and said all these things about working with Drake. He really thought he was OVO. He was spotted wearing an OVO goose jacket that like it wasn't for sale. Like, you really had to be down with OVO to be rocking that jacket. So at that point, I'm like, okay, Quentin Miller is writing for Drake. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Quentin Miller claims to not be a ghostwriter. He's just a writer. We watched a video about him last night, so
Okay, so you've got some extra
I
insight here.
I got some insight here. So he claims to just be a writer, but OVO and Drake does not claim Quentin Miller, and I think it's fucked up. Like, when you reach the level that Drake has reached in his career, like, he's arguably the greatest artist out right now, right? Can we say that?
We can say that.
He's the greatest artist out right
I would
now.
also say, I wouldn't say entertainer because I think Beyonce's the best entertainer. But I will say definitely Drake is
the biggest artist.
Yeah, the biggest artist. People want him for everything
In the world.
in the world.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's okay that maybe you had somebody write a few bars for you, maybe write a hook for you, but own it. Like,
Self-awareness.
you know what I'm saying? Just own it. It's not that big of a deal when you're Drake. If you're coming out, if you're just brand new, whatever, you know, make a name for yourself, write your own raps. But but when you've reached the level Drake has reached, like, it's okay, bro. Like, we're not mad at you. I'm not mad that my favorite Drake album was written by somebody else.
Oh, but I bet it took you all week to be able to say that.
It did. I had to listen to the album over and over again. I mean, well, parts of that album leaked because of Quentin Miller writing most of the tracks. So, and then that's how the Meek beef started with that album.
That's true.
So, it's okay, Drake. We still love you.
I think definitively we both thought of the Meek thing.
Yeah.
And I think he had the better, I think Drake had the better comeback diss song. Like,
What was the comeback song?
I still feel like I listened to it. You're the one with your phone out.
What was it? Because I thought it was, is it not Rico?
No.
So Drake didn't write.
Back to back.
Oh yeah.
Back to back is better.
Okay. Yeah. No. Look, I'm not the biggest Meek fan, so like I don't even want to
Me neither.
talk. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about Meek because it's probably really biased. Dreams and Nightmares will forever be an anthem, but that's really it for me.
I think that probably my favorite Meek Mill song is the one that he did with Nicki Minaj. And I don't remember the name of it.
When they were together?
Yeah.
Which is probably the real reason why Drake was beefing with Meek.
Which is mentioned on Back to Back.
Yeah, exactly. So we know Drake is salty when it comes to the women that
and on that note, it's not complex, it's Billboard's top 50 rappers of all time.
Yeah.
We're not happy with this list. I'm happy that Jay-Z's number one because I really like Jay-Z. Jay-Z's probably number one in my heart, the best rapper, but I don't like the rest of the list. I don't like that Gucci Mane's like number 37 or number 38.
Gucci Mane's an acquired taste.
Is he?
Yeah.
To who?
To the general hip hop.
I don't feel like Gucci Mane's an acquired taste. Like if you don't like Gucci Mane, you might not have taste.
As a New Yorker, for you to really put Gucci Mane on a pedestal is like wild to me. Like,
I have an entire Gucci Mane playlist.
I know.
I don't have that for any other rapper. I'm like,
not even Jay-Z.
No. I have a different New York rap playlist, but it's not, but Gucci Mane's the only one that I have like a solid, this is basically just Gucci Mane playlist.
So what does Gucci do for you?
Just gets the spirit, like it gets the spirit going. I don't really, like,
because it really can't be his lyrics. I know it's not his lyrics.
I do love Gucci Mane's lyrics. Something about it, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't have an answer. It's indescribable.
Okay, that's fine. That's what music is supposed to do for you.
Yeah,
I get it. Good for you. Gucci is not in my top 10.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I listen to him, but he's definitely not in my top 10.
Okay. Well, so let's get into the list here because they put Drake above Andre 3000, which I also think is crazy.
Yes.
Like as a lyricist?
Yes. But you know what? These lists... Okay, so here's my thing with Billboard.
Mm-hmm.
Billboard categorizes all hip-hop into like here's this one category. Hip-hop/rap. That's not what it is. It shouldn't be that way anymore. So we know hip-hop is 50 years old, right? When do we get to the point where we are recognizing the different genres that came out of hip-hop? Like, Drake is in a lane of his own. Fucking Andre 3000 did his thing. You know,
he's
like
playing the flute now.
Exactly. That's probably why he's not really up there. When was the last time Andre 3000 put out something that...
He was actually a feature on something recent. It'll come back to me. I want to say he was on... I feel like the last feature that I heard him on was a Kanye song.
Mm-hmm.
On one of the Donda albums.
Yeah. You're right.
So he's still doing features.
A feature, like, come on, Andre. Like, there's not enough of that. I feel like in hip hop, there's not enough of that generation of hip hop that's still putting out music.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jay-Z even, or Nas is still putting out music, so he's maintained the
Jay-Z
lyricism.
Has writing credits on Beyonce's new album, so technically...
So Beyonce has a ghostwriter?
I mean, if it's her husband, it's called a duo for a reason.
Yeah, but if I'm not hearing his voice, like... if I'm not seeing him at the concert...
But I feel like rappers, you have to think about the lyricist too. Like if he's able to write stuff, he's still writing. Technically, even if it's not his voice, the lyrics are a big part of rap.
Are we gonna know what he wrote for Beyonce? Because I would love to know.
You might be able to find the writing credits on one or like any of her songs if you had listened to the album, like I suggested.
I should have listened to it. I'm wrong for probably.
It's not a bad album.
Yeah, I just need to get into a mood to listen to Beyonce.
You have to be in the mood to listen to Beyonce. I'm always in the mood to listen to Beyonce. I think I've listened to that album more than Playlist in the last 5 months. I'm a fixed sign though. I will just listen to it on repeat until I hate it.
I'm always all over the place with what I listen to on a daily basis. So
Aries.
yeah. I like it though.
Yeah, see, fixed signs here. I feel like Matt and I both are very fixed in that way. So it kind of, in our house, it like doesn't drive us crazy in the same way. It might drive other people crazy because we'll just listen to the same thing almost daily.
Me in the face.
Well, you're not a fixed sign, okay?
Jasmine can do that. She can listen to the same thing.
Well, it's just because she's a Scorpio rising and Aquarius moon. Jasmine's 2/3 of a fixed sign.
Yeah. So it's crazy that you just.
I'm telling you, I could walk into the gym and listen to Beyonce's album every single day.
Not I. I'm so happy they don't play it in the gym.
They play other
Beyonce. Randomly, we'll hear Beyonce.
Randomly, but also the playlist never kind of makes sense. And that's most gyms. It's kind of weird.
I think this gym is the weirdest of them all, but that's a different conversation. Let's not talk about the gym.
Yes. No gym talk and no finance talk.
Please.
Okay, so the complex top 50. Okay, so I'm happy that
Ramen 37.
I'm telling you, some of these are crazy. Some of these are just straight up disrespectful.
Future 35. Damn, Future.
I mean,
They played you. I wish there was like reasons as to
I would
why.
probably put Future lower, as we all know.
That's biased.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
okay
not
with
what
that
this
though.
is.
The list is biased for sure.
Yeah,
Just not biased to any other taste here.
I would love to know who curated this list.
I'm sure there might be an alter name there. Or maybe there's not because they knew they'd get hate mail.
Lauryn Hill 30. Interesting. I was really hoping to see Lauryn Hill last night at the Nas concert.
Really?
Nas did his thing at Madison Square Garden last night. If you weren't there, you missed out on a once in a lifetime.
The amount of people on my timeline that were there, I was impressed. I was like, okay, I'm following the right people.
It was a good time for sure. Method Man 25.
I know. We're going to talk about Method Man after this because he's the Pisces that I probably should have said is my #1 favorite Pisces.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
We'll get into it after you give some comments on this list that you were
Ghostface.
insistent on talking about earlier this week.
Ghostface Killer 22.
We also have to talk about the rest of Wu-Tang.
Yeah. DMX 21. Missy Elliott 19. I'm impressed by that one.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think she would be that far up on this list before fucking Method Man.
I'm saying that's exactly my feeling.
What the fuck?
Right?
How the hell do you put Missy Elliott before Method Man? Method Man is a lyricist beyond lyrics.
Hello?
Yeah. Ice Cube. I'm not an Ice Cube fan, are you?
I am.
Oh, damn.
Are you happy with Tupac's place on this list? As #4? I think he comes after Nas.
He comes after Nas?
Mhm.
Yeah, as long as he comes after Nas, I'm fine with that.
Would your list be Nas, Tupac, your top 3? Who would your third one be?
You're gonna hate this answer. I should have thought about this before.
I know. Didn't do enough reading about this.
Let me look.
We're reading it now.
I don't want to say something and then I'm like, why did I say that? Damn, Rakim is up. Rakim.
Okay. Why would I hate that? That's #3.
I was gonna say something else.
Okay.
And then I saw Rakim. Kanye West. 11.
Top 10.
He's in my
the
top
top 10.
Yeah. That might be like biased towards us being millennials. I don't think someone in a generation after us or 2 generations after us would put Kanye West in their top 10.
But they would put in weird, like they
put in KRS-One.
Let's not even
Big Daddy Kane.
Let's not talk about Gen Z because I feel like
they can't.
you said those are the generations after us. So before us.
No, yeah, I meant before us.
I actually don't know. I feel like this might be a strange segue, but I remember when College Dropout came out, and my dad bought the album like immediately. So that's 2 generations before us. Like my dad was a Kanye West fan, like quick. We had Kanye West on in the house immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I actually think he would put him in his top 10.
Shout out to your dad. That's interesting.
Yeah.
When I think about like my brother, I don't think Kanye West is in my brother's top 10.
But your brother's not that much older than you.
He's 9 years older than me.
Yeah, but you guys are in the same generation.
No.
Yeah.
Not
They're
really.
just early millennials.
Yeah, but like they don't really relate to the millennials of our time. They don't. My brother at least doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's just put it on here. Millennials go from 1982 or 83
Yeah.
to 94,
Yes.
95, something like that. So
I know, but you know the millennial stigma that 80s babies kind of roll with because they're older than us. They've seen different things. They grew up in a generation that hip hop was not what we grew up with.
mm-hmm.
You know, think about 2000s hip hop versus 90s hip hop. It's night and day.
Very different.
Exactly. So he leans that way, and I get it. Yeah, but so I don't think he's listening to Kanye West.
We gotta start having a call-in show where people can call in.
Call in right now if you were born in the 80s and you like Kanye West.
If Kanye West is in your top 10, you were born in the 80s, please call us.
Why is your voice so perfect for that? That's crazy. You've done that before.
I've had to do many different versions of talking into a microphone and saying things very quickly, so.
That was good. We don't have a number, but call us anyway.
Yeah. If you have a Leah's phone number,
No.
call it because my phone is doing the live.
Don't call me.
So we've only got one line. If your phone rings in the next 10 minutes, it's gonna be hysterical, actually.
My wife will call me. Snoop Dogg, number 9. My opinion is biased, so I'm not gonna talk on Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
You like Snoop Dogg?
I like Snoop, but I wouldn't put him in my top 10.
Same.
That's probably the best way to put that.
Drake 8. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think he deserves 8. He's in my top 5.
He's in your top 5.
He's not in your top 5.
He might be in my top 10. He might be in my top 10.
What is he, like 8?
It might be 8. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, he might be 8.
Who's 7?
Well, let me think about my list first. Jay-Z's number 1 for me. It's gonna be Jay-Z.
Are we gonna keep repeating this?
I'm just saying, we're going over my list now.
Nasir Jones had an amazing concert. He didn't perform either. The crowd was really disappointed.
Well, I'm putting Jay-Z in my top 10. I'm putting these in no exact order, but I'm thinking about my top 10 as you're going through the list. So, Jay-Z's in my top 10. Gucci Mane's in my top 10. Method Man's in my top 10. Tupac's in my top 10. Kanye West is in my top 10. Andre 3000's in my top 10. So we're at 6. In no order, we're at 6 people. Keep going.
I have a problem with this list. A big one.
Is it because not?
And I have a problem with this list to the point where I'm sick to my stomach that Notorious B.I.G. is number 6 after Eminem.
That's what I was telling you when I was like, Eminem's 5?
I told you I needed to see a condensed
And
list.
I'm telling you, I was exactly, that was my feeling exactly. Okay, so we agree on the same point here.
Yo. Nah. Who curated this?
Exactly.
Nah. Biggie's in my top 5.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And that makes
You didn't
sense.
even name him.
No,
What?
I was at 6. I still have 4 other choices. So, but I didn't also name a top 5. I explicitly stated in no particular order because I don't have an order yet in my mind. This is too, I need to write the list down and then organize it.
Yeah.
So I can give 6 exactly, and then I got 4 choices. So
we're gonna look at this video like 10 years from now,
yeah,
and still believe that the rappers that we named
are in the top
are
10.
in the top 10.
There we
And
go.
that's what matters.
That's true.
Yeah. That's really all I care about. I need longevity in my rappers.
You know what we should have? Yes.
I don't need
Raps
one-hit
that have to
wonders.
stand the test
21
of
Savage.
time. Yes. I will say what we should do. This is just I'm putting this in the video and in the audio, so when I listen back to it, I'll remember it. So this is for my future self. We should actually write our lists, our top 10, and then put it out as content for the week.
Yeah.
So
I'm making a playlist in my top 10.
I mean,
Top 10.
Give me a playlist.
Best songs.
Top 10 best songs. I think is harder than a top 10.
No, my top 10 rappers and their
best song. Ooh.
Yeah.
We can do both.
I'm doing that.
Who's gonna put a limit on the content? Let's write a list and then let's also write a playlist.
Joey Badass is in my top
Okay.
7.
See, now we're thinking about the list.
I love Joey Badass.
We can't forget we're recording 2 episodes today.
Yeah.
So I should have started a timer. And we still have to talk about Method Man and Wu-Tang because I think that we mentioned that Wu-Tang doesn't sound like Staten Island. Like it sounds like Wu-Tang sounds more like Queens.
Okay. Why do you think that?
I think that because first of all, this is my bias. I'm like most of the people that I know that grew up in Queens were big Wu-Tang fans. Like especially further out in deep Queens. Like don't make that face when I say deep Queens.
You mean south side, the outside?
Not just south side, but like even in the middle. So in that in-between space of like Elmhurst.
That is not
Flushing,
deep Queens.
Forest Hills. It is to Astoria.
Astoria, first of all, might as well be Manhattan.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that. Except
Like,
it's not.
y'all are mad bougie for no reason in Astoria. I'm just saying.
Not all parts of Astoria.
Like, you're still a borough kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
You're too close to the Upper East Side. That's what it is. Upper East Side is just way too available to y'all.
I could see that. And
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Except the fact that, well, and I told Matt this yesterday, I was like, I didn't start going to clubs till like in my mid-20s because I was a house party girl. And that's a very
Queen's house?
thing.
Okay.
Only Queen's house parties.
Okay.
And Brooklyn.
I'm just checking.
Yes. Yeah. I don't, yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely this side of Queens
Yeah.
thing.
I agree.
House parties for sure.
But I think house parties in general is more of an outer borough thing than Manhattan. Like I feel like a lot of people I went to high school with in Manhattan went to clubs like with fake IDs when they were in high school. But we didn't really do that. Like in Queens you just go to a house party and that's where you are posted. Like
yeah.
We're the house party boroughs.
For sure. Brooklyn too.
Yeah, that's what
Probably
I think.
the Bronx.
I feel like I've been to more house parties in Queens and Brooklyn than like out to the club in Manhattan.
I was a club goer.
I bet you were.
I needed the scene. I needed to be away from the people that I'm always around and see what else is out there.
See, I had the reverse because I went to high school on the Upper East Side. I enjoyed being in Queens and Brooklyn for house parties because I was like, the Upper East Side was just not my vibe.
Yeah. Is it anyone's vibe?
Some people's vibe. So, also, before we continue the Wu-Tang talk, Method Man is my favorite Pisces, probably more than Rihanna, because I feel like Method Man is my celebrity crush. Like, I like him. I like everything I'm like.
I was not expecting that. Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, and he's a Pisces. I feel like you can just, I feel like there's...
Method Man is your celebrity crush.
Yeah.
Okay. Current day Method Man?
Mm-hmm.
Or back in the day Method Man?
Both.
Yeah, he's still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Which is cool. I like that. Like, he kind of like Nas. I hate to keep going back to Nas.
But that's okay. It's fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
You might as well take advantage of the moment.
Okay, so What about Method Man? Besides, he's a Pisces.
I mean, look at Method Man. I feel like that speaks for actually good because when I go into
Okay.
we're back
Yeah.
to the video.
We are. I don't know like how much longer that's gonna be.
That's okay. We can always actually for like the power source or the space.
It's not the power source or the space. It's, I don't know. The camera just like records 30 minutes at a time and then it stops.
Oh, that's good to know. Actually, that's our timer.
Yeah, there you go.
So we've got 10 more minutes of this episode. So I feel like he's not a stupid person, and we already talked. I feel like we talk about this all the time, both on the podcast and in person. But I feel like I'm not somebody that's ever been like, oh, you look good. Like, come talk to me. Like, just the way you look.
Queen shit.
Like, just the way.
That's a Queen's girl thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta, because as soon as you say something dumb, I'm like, go to the other side of the earth. Like, don't come near me.
That's definitely, especially Astoria. That's why I'm saying you guys think you Upper East Side. Like,
do people on the Upper East Side? I think people on the Upper East Side have more problems that we can get into on another episode. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not. This also goes into the other thing where it's like, I think a little bit that I'm better. I'm like too good for certain people, and I'm okay with thinking that. Like, not everyone should have access to me and my
That's
vibe
very
and
true.
energy.
Everyone should feel like that. About
I agree.
themselves.
If everyone felt like that, a lot
Yeah.
of world problems would be solved. Shout out to my Leo Virgo combo.
Of course.
That said, I feel like he's not. And maybe this is why you should never meet people that you like. Because
You met him?
no, if I did meet him and he said something dumb, I'd be so.
I don't think he's capable of saying something dumb.
That's what I mean, and I feel
Yeah.
like he's one of the few celebrities that like gives that like.
Like, I can't picture him saying something dumb.
Me either.
Yeah.
But that's part of why I like him, is because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think you're stupid and you look good. So we're already off to a good start.
This is crazy.
I feel like he's funny. Like, I feel like if he said anything dumb, it would be more in the sense of like making a joke.
Yeah.
Not like that's who he is.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is like an award-winning combination. It's like intelligence, you look good, and you're funny.
What's your favorite track?
We'll get into that when we don't have it. I'll play it for you, actually, while we're switching into the next episode. Because it's really hard for me to choose one, but I do have a chosen one. I have a few chosen ones. I'll send you a Method Man playlist if you want.
Yeah, I like Rockweiler a lot.
Okay.
For me, I think like Wu-Tang, going back to what you said about like Wu-Tang sounding like Queens, I completely agree with that. And I feel like it's a lot of their production is based off of a lot of sounds that sound very outer spacey.
Yeah.
Right? And it just kind of brings me back to like Unisphere vibes. Like, it's like, it makes me feel like they grew up around Queens, that they have adapted to that sound.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anyone else out of Staten Island that has that sound either, but there's a lot of Queens rappers that have that sound. I don't know who came first. I'm gonna say Wu-Tang came first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just don't really, because like Run DMC didn't have that sound at all. But again, different generation. Yeah, but definitely a Queen sound. Like that alien sound, I love it. It's fucking weird, but I love it. And then that deep bass with like the snare.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I think of when I think of Wu-Tang. And it's like, no matter what, you may not even know the song, never heard the song, but you're gonna listen to it because the beat is fire. And their lyricism and their flow is just unmatched.
I agree.
Yeah.
That you were saying something and I was listening to you, so I completely forgot what I was going to say because I was listening to you.
Well, thanks.
But yeah, as we were talking, I was like, oh snap, that's right. I'll remember it randomly and we'll say it. Our question for this episode, to wrap this up, what is one thing that will instantly annoy you? I'll go with mine first because I
You
just
already heard mine.
No, you have to say it on here. But I think mine is just a segue. It's like, as soon as somebody says something dumb, and that's like who they are, like stupid people, instantly annoyed. Like, just stop talking. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like ignorance. I don't like hearing ignorance.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you're going to be stupid, don't say it out loud. Say it in the comfort of your home. If you're going to be ignorant, say it in the don't be loud about it. Like, just be quiet with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's easily the number one way to get me to just, my temper almost starts to like flare. Like that, if you think of fire signs as like, that's the stove turning on is to hear some ignorant nonsense immediately.
Yeah.
So for me, that's number one. And then you, go ahead and share yours.
So when you asked me this question earlier, and I, of course, blurted out the answer.
That's fine.
Because I feel like that's the only way for me to answer it, was what came to mind first. What annoys me instantly?
Mm-hmm.
Panda fucking dunks.
Let's get into it. Why?
Stop with the panda dunks, bro. Like, it doesn't go with everything. You're not cool. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen enough of the panda dunks. Like, I get it. It's black and white. It's a sleek shoe. It's a dunk. Like,
I agree.
throw some color into your life. There's so many other dunks out there.
And this is probably the problem with pandas, right? Is like, they've also made the actual cost of dunks shoot up for everybody else. So it's like, oh great,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you all are on the dunk wave. Thank you for making them impossible for the rest of us.
Like, it's like I don't even want to wear dunks anymore because of the panda dunk, and it makes me sad.
Dunks are actually one of the more comfortable shoes, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, because it's wider.
Yeah.
For people like me. Like, I need that. And y'all just fucking ruined it. Not you guys. Whoever.
The
is
general
watching.
public. We're just talking about all you panda dunk fiends.
Yeah, like.
If you, so I want to add a loop here. If you got the panda dunks early, before everyone else had them, like if you're around one panda dunker and you just got them before the craze, you're excluded.
How would we know? How would you not know that on the street? Stop wearing it.
You don't know that on the street, but it's like eyes to the camera. You know if you're an original panda dunker, okay?
I need to see some creases in your dunks.
Yes, there we go.
You know what? I need to see
That's
stuff.
how we know.
Wear your shoes, wear them, but like.
And we're not talking about dirty Air Force One style.
No, we're not going back. I'm not going back to the Air Force One conversation. But they annoy me. It's just someone that's been part of the sneaker game for a long time. I've been wearing dunks since I'm fucking 7 years old. I don't know.
I still have dunks from when I was like getting them in middle school.
Yeah.
I still have them.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody that's wearing panda dunks, everybody that's a real sneaker person, I don't even like to use the word sneakerhead because it's just been overused and abused. But like, if real sneaker people see people with panda dunks, we know you're not one of us. Like,
we can actually also judge by the rest of your outfit.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna go there.
We can tell by the rest of your outfit. We'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know who's an original dunk wearer. Like if you originally bought the pandas just because you wear dunks.
Yeah, you're not dressing it up.
Exactly.
Do not dress up the dunks.
We already know. We don't know by the rest of your outfit. We see you.
Don't wear it with a dress. Okay, don't wear it with like slacks. Like I've seen it all with the panda dunk. I've seen suits, tuxedos.
You know what surprisingly looks, I feel like I tend to have an affinity for wearing, I like Kobe's with skirts.
Yeah, Kobe's are fun. I mean,
with skirts though, you'd be surprised at the amount of men that get mad. Like it makes them so mad when I wear Kobe's with skirts.
I don't.
Kind of hysterical.
I don't know why.
Me either.
That would be a thing.
Especially Kobe, who had all daughters. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
If anyone is like, if any basketball player is seeing their shoes with skirts.
Yeah.
Like. Anyways, it's funny. I'm making a list. I'm gonna screenshot every angry man that mentions that my Kobe's should be worn for playing basketball and not with skirts. I'm gonna make a compilation.
Reply? Oh, we have
Sometimes. Depends on if I have the time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna call it on this episode because we have to record another one and we have more conversations and we hit 40 minutes, I'm sure. So thank you for listening to this episode. If you're on live, or if you were on live, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. And we'll
Go listen to some Nas.
Yeah, we'll have playlists for you this week. Don't worry. And yeah, that's all. Bye.